Clinton facing tough criticism from Donald Trump involving the Clinton Foundation. Newly released Clinton emails obtained by a conservative watchdog group, Judicial Watch, show big donors did get access. They got meetings to Clinton through her top aide, Huma Abedin, during her time as Secretary of State. But the Clintons pushed back, saying that they didn't get anything for those meetings. They're still, of course, fighting the perception in the polling that she is not viewed as trustworthy or honest. Joining me now is Bob Shrum, longtime Democratic strategist, senior advisor to the 2004 John Kerry campaign. Bob, good to see you. Thank you so much. Look, now they are saying that Bill Clinton, if she's elected, will step down from the board, will no longer be involved in fundraising, which begs the question, if it's not good enough to disprove conflicts of interest or perceptions of conflict as President of the United States if she's elected, why was it okay when she was Secretary of State?
Look, I think the press is completely obsessed with this. I think that Donald Trump is desperate, and I think everybody is ignoring some fundamental facts. One, the FBI looked at this, decided there was no basis to move forward legally. Number two, they want to move forward, the Republicans want to move forward politically. But one of the most telling findings in any recent poll was in the Monmouth poll, where they asked a really smart question. And if I may paraphrase, the answer was that 64% of people are tired of hearing about Hillary Clinton's damn emails. They're baked into the equation. And none of this is solving Donald Trump's fundamental and disqualifying problem. People think he is not fit to be president of the United States. They think he's not fit by virtue of temperament. They think he's not stable. And in fact, as he gives these speeches, he's just reinforcing that case. That's why your NBC Survey Monkey poll hasn't moved an inch.
Well, let me just state that the FBI did not look into Clinton Foundation access or any of these issues. They were looking into narrow issues of classification.
Actually, Andrea, we don't know that.
Well, we
do not know that.
We know from what James Comey said.
No, he said he refused to answer a question that Congress asked about, that he was asked in the House about whether or not they had investigated the Clinton Foundation. We just don't know.
I'm going to return to that later and just double check my own recollections, but I do think it was contrary to that. But in any case, I wanted to ask you about this health issue, because the Trump and Giuliani team have been going after Hillary Clinton on her health. And I want to play the way she handled this on Jimmy Kimmel last night and ask you on the other side what you think they're trying to do.
Rudy Giuliani was on Fox News yesterday and today, and he's saying you seem to be sick, you look tired, et cetera, et cetera. Are you in good health?
Well, this has become one of their themes. Here, you take my pulse while I'm talking to you.
Okay.
Make sure I'm alive.
Oh my God, there's nothing there.
There's nothing there. What can I say? Back in October, the National Enquirer said I would be dead in 6 months.
Oh, wow. Oh,
so with every breath I take, I feel like it's a...
You have a new lease on life.
Yeah, a new lease on life.
Can you open this jar of pickles? This has not been tampered with. This is...
So that's certainly one way to handle what they are calling deranged conspiracy theories.
Well, I think it is a deranged conspiracy theory. I think it's demagoguery. I think they're throwing everything they can at the wall because Donald Trump is in fundamental trouble. He's in a demographic cul-de-sac in terms of the rising American electorate. He's in trouble in almost every battleground state, deep trouble. So he's pivoted deeper into the darkness. There is absolutely no evidence for these health allegations. Her doctor has put out a statement. It is, by the way, far more convincing and credible than Donald Trump's bloviating statement, doctor's bloviating statement about Trump's health. I just think we're going to see more and more of this. I think Trump is going to sink deeper and deeper into the mud. I don't think it's going to rescue him. I don't think attacking emails, health, the Clinton Foundation, I don't think any of that's going anywhere.
Well, let me just say, just for the record, according to our own Justice correspondent Pete Williams, the FBI has not closed the book on the Clinton Foundation. They are still looking into it. They have been looking into it. But
Andrea, that was my point. There is no evidence that the FBI thinks that legally there is anything to move forward on here. I think the press is making a big mistake, is taking the bait, and I think the reason is they want a race. I love you, I respect you immensely, but I don't think that this is what the American people want to talk about. They want to talk about jobs. They want to talk about health care. They want to talk about income inequality. And we're still on this same old story. I don't think it's helping Trump. He's unfit to be president. He proves it every day.
Okay, let me just say for the record that sometimes our job is to look at things that may not be what the public wants to know about, but that if the Clinton Foundation, if the Clintons had been more transparent all along.
I think it would have been a very good idea never to use a private email server. I agree totally with that. I'm just saying that this Donald Trump has taken us down this road because he has nowhere else to go. And I understand that you have to report it, but I think it ought to be reported with skepticism. People ought to say, these are outrageous health claims, unsubstantiated, and no evidence.
Oh, well, that, in our case, we have. We certainly have. Most recently this morning on the Today program and last week on Nightly News. So we have certainly made that point. But this has been a good conversation, Bob. It's always fun.
Okay, well, let's just, I think it's really important for the press to say that this stuff is unsubstantiated. For example, meeting a high official of Bahrain when she was Secretary of State proves a conflict of interest. We have our largest fleet, Andrea, as you know, based there. The Secretary of State and American officials meet with a high official of Bahrain all the time. It's not evidence of corruption.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Bob Trump. Point taken. And coming